MTA versus Foamers. MTA's correct sit. Foamers flashback. Orange Q lives. Chaos ensued. Find out on MTA versus Foamers. This series is about finding fired bullets in the New York City subway system. The MTA has had a lot of reroutes recently, and in some past times. But sometimes there's so much signs that the MTA kind of forgets to cover some of those signs, and somehow and somewhere, foamers or even you can stumble across these signs. It's either a foamer having fun and taking off the covered sign, or MTA just sorts of forget about them. But on this video, we're going to be finding some fire bullets around the subway system. We're here at 34th Street, and let's have this R46 tappity tap. So I found this on my journey to 34 Herald Square on the B. Oh, that's a covered sign. Probably a V or orange Q under there. But yeah, here we are at 34th Street Herald Square. So a subscriber informed me that if I go to the exit of 32nd, 33rd Street and 6th Avenue, I would find an orange S behind the sign. And believe it or not, I actually did. If you want to go see this for yourself, you can. And here is the orange S train. You might be thinking, oh, Superto, isn't that the 63rd Street S in 2023? Well, no, this was actually a whole nother S train used in the 1990s, I believe. Well, let's go over the history of the orange S train and see how long it was used and how long this sign has been there, estimately. So this here is a October 5th, 2001 map. As you can see, we have the orange S train, and the orange S train used to start at 21st Street Queensbridge because of the IND 63rd Street tunnel reconstruction. So it used to start off at 21st Street Queensbridge. Then it used to travel down the 63rd Street line onto 57th Street, and now it transferred to the 6th Avenue line and onto 34th Street, where we found this fired bullet sign. Then it travels down the 6th Avenue line and onto Broadway Lafayette Street. So this service was used for a whole 15 months, I think. I believe there's another map of the late night service of 1997, but I couldn't find that 1997 late night map. But yeah, this orange S train was completely fired in 2001 because of the IND 63rd Street tunnel reconstruction opened again. Let me know your thoughts on the orange S train, and let me know if I missed anything. Now this one I found thanks to GoGo Superto, and yet it was at the same station but a different mezzanine. An orange Q train bullet right here at 34th Street Herald Square. Well, you might be wondering, oh, Yellow Q, Broadway Express, Brighton Local. Allow me to enlighten you a little bit. Before the 2000s, the Orange Q used to live and the Broadway Express Q was a nothing. This here's a 1989 New York City subway map. And as you can see, the Orange Q train used to start with the B train at 21st Street Queensbridge, and they both travel down the IND 63rd Street line, down the 6th Avenue line, onto the south tracks of the Manhattan Bridge, into Brooklyn, used to go on the Brighton line, right here, and on to Brighton Beach, where that was the last stop, and the B used to continue to Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue. The Orange Q train was completely fired in 1997 and was replaced with the IND 63rd Street orange S train. Now this one is pretty confusing. This was sent to me by a subscriber of mine on Instagram. As you can see, it was found at the abandoned Fordham Road mezzanine near the old closed off entrances at 188th Street and Fordham Road and the Grand Concourse. As you can see, this is a Diamond C train in the grotesque font. As you can see, the D train is also in that font. This is a pretty interesting bullet here. And you might be wondering, oh, C train at Fordham Road, that would never happen. Well, allow me to enlighten you. First of all, The B train always goes to Bedford Park, and the C train doesn't anymore. So let's start with that. This is the 2025 subway map of the New York City subway. As you can see at Bedford Park, the B train is there. But before 1995, the C train used to stop here. So let's see when the C train was entered and fired. This here is a 1972 subway map, and if we go zoom into the Bronx, we can see that the C train used to go here, but it was bulleted as double letters because back in the 1970s, the MTA used to use double letters for some of their lettered lines. And you can see the CC used to go to Bedford Park and terminate there. As you can see, the CC used to run from Bedford Park, go all the way down onto the Central Park West line, down the 8th Avenue line, and used to terminate here at World Trade Center, which was pretty cool. So it's a pretty short route, but it's not the worst route, as you can see. But let's go to another subway map where there is no double letters and there's actually colors. Welcome to the 1987 New York City subway map. The birth of New York City subway colored bullets. And as you can see, the C train got extended from World Trade Center and it is now a single letter bullet. Let's start off at Bedford Park. As you can see, the C train started at Bedford Park, went all the way down the Concourse line, down to Manhattan on the Central Park West line, went here, went on 50th Street, connected with the E, went all the way down over here onto the Fulton Street line, then down here onto the Rockaways. So then you might be wondering, where did the B train go when the C train used to go to Bedford Park? Well, then you might be wondering, where did the B train go? Well, the B train used to terminate at 168th Street, Washington Heights, the original terminus for the C train today. The B train used to continue with the K train, yes, the K train, down the line onto Central Park West, onto 6th Avenue, and its last stop would be 34th Street, Herald Square. And why did it not go past 34th Street, Herald Square? It's because of the Manhattan Bridge South Tracks closure that made the B yellow and the D yellow, so it used to go via the Broadway line into Brooklyn, which is a pretty interesting fact. Well, when was the C train fired and the B train rehired to Bedford Park? Well, to answer that question, we have to go back to the 1999 map, and as you can see, the B train now has its original terminus at Bedford Park Boulevard, right here, but it signed up as a Diamond B. I couldn't find any information about that, but the C train used to go to Bedford Park, and now it goes to Washington Heights, 168th Street. So in 1999, the C train was fired from the Concourse line. That was a pretty cool video, right? Well, if you want to see some more fire bullet videos, make sure to tell me where some other fire bullets are, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what was your favorite part of this video. I know there's a bunch of other fire bullets, but today we're going to be covering some of them because there's way too many for me to cover. Until next time, everybody, remember, take the train if you can.